Today, we're going to share the good, the bad, and the ugly about all of the things that we love and hate about this van.
We do have a few years under our belt now in Mr. Lemon, and if you've been around here for a while, you'll know there's been tons of issues. We feel like over the past few years, our opinions have changed a bit. We came up with a whole new list of things that we actually do love about Mr. Lemon, our Class B van, which is a Thor Talaro 20A, and some things that we absolutely cannot stand about this van. So, cheers. Let's get started.
Starting with the things we love. I enjoy the kitchen, which has a nice 2-burner stove, a sink with some prep area, but most importantly, it's right here in front of the door so that you get a nice view, some good airflow, and it's just an enjoyable place to actually make some food. I do have to admit, I have extended my kitchen because, oh, you don't want to see what's in here, trust me. So,
Things we love.
Things we love. The space is just amazing. No, anyway, sorry. I have extended my kitchen area to outside, and let me show you what I mean. Our neighbors have some dirt bikes, so you may hear some noise. I'm a little jealous because I would love to have a dirt bike again, but yeah, I'm too old for that. So back to the extended kitchen. I have now upgraded from my grill to this Blackstone.
Oh my gosh.
And it is amazing.
Wait, where did the grill go?
So I still have my grill. I just have upgraded to this for the moment, and we'll probably bring it back at some point, but this is just so much fun to cook on. I really love it, and it makes breakfast so much better.
The second thing that we love, probably I love more than Bob, is the coziness of the van. Would I like more space? Maybe. That's another conversation for another day. But I do love how cozy it is. Being together, especially like if it's raining outside or whatever and we're in here, it is a really cozy space to be in. I don't know if it'd be the best space to live in full time, but truthfully, I do love the coziness of the Class B van and of our van and kind of what we've done with it and stuff like that. So for me, it's the coziness.
The third thing that we love is really the garage space. We have a ton of space underneath our bed that we can use to store all of this wonderful stuff that we use outside.
That Bob continues to buy.
You bought the chairs.
Okay, fine. Chairs are my fault.
So, but we've got some really comfortable chairs. We've got a fire pit. We've got a mat. We've got our table. We've got our griddle or our grill, depending on which one we need. And we've just got lots of storage that we can kind of put all that stuff into, take it to wherever we need. It's easily accessible. And I'm just really glad because it just makes being in the van and extending our outdoor space that much better. So ultimately, it meets our needs for today. So who knows what the future holds, but
we're allowed to change our mind.
That's true. We definitely are allowed to change our mind. And we have changed our mind several times, trust me. The garage is an awesome space to be able to store things in. And I really enjoy that part of this layout in this van. And number 4 is the length of the van. I really enjoy this size. I probably would go bigger. I certainly wouldn't go any smaller than this. So bacon's coming along nicely. So we started with an 18-foot van. It was a ProMaster 1500. And now we're on the 3500 extended. So we are about 21-ish feet. And then with our box and some of the stuff that we've added on the back, we're about 22. Still relatively small and has all the features that we need. But I would never go any smaller than this size van, but maybe one day we'll go bigger. So there is a van, and I won't name it, but it's on the Ford chassis, and it's about 24.5 feet. And sorry for the dirt bikes, but yeah, so it's about 24 feet. I would definitely consider that, but I'm not going to share which one it is. I'll let you guys guess.
Oh, wow. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, okay. Guys, if you could smell this, it smells divine.
Smell-o-vision. Oh.
We need smell-o-vision. The bacon. Number 5? The mobility! We can park it anywhere, guys, for the most part. You know, today we're in the desert on some land. I love that about the van. It's so easy to stealth camp. We've parked it in neighborhoods before. We can go to Crackle Barrels and Walmarts and out here. I don't know. I just love the mobility of what our van allows. And so yeah, the mobility, that's the fifth thing we love about this van. So now, let's get to the good stuff, guys. Let's get to what we hate about this van. That was a way easier list to come up with.
The first thing I hate is this roof rack. As you can see, it's got all these different penetrations in the roof. It's got a bunch of junk up here that we don't actually even use. All right, I'm trying to move a little bit up here so I can show you what I don't like. But I've got this wine guard up here. Don't use it, have no plans to. And then over here, we've also got our skylight. And, you know, it blew open while we were driving down the road. It's been repaired, but it takes up a lot of space and I'm not a huge fan of it. But what it does is it really just makes the roof congested because we have a vent for the bathroom, we have a solar panel, we have the wine guard, we have the air conditioner, and then we also have this useless roof rack. You can kind of see down here that this roof rack basically is a piece of 80/20 that runs along the length of the van and then has two like cross members so that you can actually put something on it to like store it or maybe a surfboard or something. But because of where it's positioned around the air conditioner, it's really just useless. Look where they position the bathroom vent. That's terrible. And here's the power for the awning, which I get you gotta have, but not a very good quality installation if you ask me. The second thing that I loathe, actually, I think is probably a better word, is actually our electrical system. So we have batteries. We have two 200 amp hour lithium batteries underneath the van.
Which we thought we had a lot more than that, but we were wrong.
Yes, it has this awesome little badge here. And so I assumed that it had the upgraded package for batteries with this, and it doesn't. So we only have two 100 amp hour batteries, and it's really just insufficient for kind of everything that we want to do. Fortunately, because we move so much when we're in the van, you know, driving around and all the things we do, we use the alternator charging and keep the system charged. But we've had issues with the batteries. We had to replace them. And so that was just a huge letdown. The solar panel's fine. We only have one 100, I think it's like 130 watt panel or something. I can't remember the exact wattage. But the alternator charging has been critical to the system. And the inverter works fine, but because the batteries are so undersized, it's not really useful unless you're on shore power or like I'm going to make a cup of coffee and then drive somewhere. So I actually added some additional switches so that we could power some of the like items down, trying to figure out, okay, what's creating all these like power draw and why do our batteries not last so long? But at the end of the day, I think the location of the system, as far as where the inverter is underneath the bed. The space isn't utilized very well. It's quite congested, and the batteries being underneath the van. I just think there's a better way to set that system up. Here's the thing. It does function, but it has a lot of restrictions, and we have to be really careful with, you know, managing the battery levels and keeping track of all that. I just want a system that I can just go and let it do its thing and be, and I don't have to worry about it.
The third thing we hate is the bathroom configuration. And let me tell you what I mean. We have went to a lot of RV shows, and we've seen a lot of bathrooms just like ours, but better. And let me show you what I'm talking about. You see, I'm in our bathroom right now. I can't even stand all the way up. If I'm 6 feet tall, guys, I literally cannot stand straight up at all. That's one issue of the bathroom configuration. The next issue is the toilet. Well, really the space in here to shower. Like, okay, it's a little dirty. My shoes just got the bathroom dirty, but the space in here, if I can take this toilet out, that would be a game changer. Technology has come a long way, and I would prefer the type of toilet that you can remove, right? You know, it's already a small space, but now I have to figure out how to shower with a toilet in here. I should be lucky that we just have a bathroom because our last van did not. So don't get me wrong. I'm grateful that we have a bathroom. It's just the configuration that we absolutely hate. Now, being in this van for a few years, it just doesn't work. How I take a shower is I sit on the toilet to take a shower. And so that is just something that we hate about this van. And also, I'm just going to throw in there this door. It has popped off the tracks before. It's just not the best door. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to say, if you're shopping for a Class B van, these are things to think about. And we did not think about them. We were just excited to get a bathroom when we first got this van. And so if we can help you make a better choice, then I'm happy.
Number 4, the noise while we are driving. Now, I get that this is our home on wheels and we're driving down a road and it's like being in an earthquake all the time. But when you are driving and you hear all of the shake, rattle, and roll that's going on in the background, and on top of that, our skylight, although it's been fixed and it doesn't leak.
Praise. Oh, wow.
Got to take Hillary to the hospital now for a concussion. The skylight is incredibly loud. I don't know if it's the design. I don't know if it's the install. I don't know what it is, but it's loud. And so you have this constant drone, almost like your window is open while you're driving down the highway. It gets old after a while. So like on a really long day, I think one of our videos, we drove like 15 hours in one day. Well, I should say I drove 15 hours in one day. That is so exhausting to hear that constant noise and constant rattling. And I am continually telling Hillary to get up and go check something.
And I also think part of the noise part, not even the banging of the cupboards and stuff, because like you can fix all that, which we have. I think it's the slider door also with the slider window. And that might just be an us thing.
That's true. I am very curious. Have anybody else who is in the ProMaster have the issue that we have? I can't tell if our glass is separating again from the door. We have this weird thing where you have to really slam the door hard to get it to actually recognize from the sensors in the van. And so I think maybe that could be causing the door to twist or what have you, because our glass, it feels like it's like not attached, and we had it repaired once.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know what's going on with that. So just kind of the noise level in the van while we were driving is quite high.
Not trying to complain, but we're just trying to keep it real.
But I am complaining. So it's okay.
Last thing, the van maintenance.
Yes, we have had our fair share of problems with the van. And I'm not talking about van maintenance like changing the oil or rotating the tires. Yeah. I expect that any vehicle.
Yeah. Or even little things to break. It is an RV. We have grace for that.
Yeah, I get that, we're driving this thing down the highway. There's a lot of rattling. Things are going to come loose. Mm-hmm. And, I might break a thing or two. I mean, that has happened. But at the end of the day, I would expect to not have as many issues as we've had, and the constant issues we've had, it's frustrating to say the least.
It can be.
So
we hate it. We're just going to tell you, we hate it.
I do.
We're going to be real. We hate it. There's been stuff above and beyond of what we should have went through. So don't be scared away from buying an RV or in Class B. We also wonder if it's like the timing of the build that we bought and different things. So it's been a little more, that's why we hate it.
Yes, I definitely think there is a COVID element to it, and just the craftsmanship, the things that were like put together, or I should say how they were put together, and then the items that they used. I mean, some of the equipment, I don't know, as we've kind of looked around at other vans, like there's really no consistency. And so I think that was a COVID supply issue.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it has made our van have tons of problems. And
Earned his name?
Yes, he definitely earned his name. We've spent a lot of time taking it to the dealership, getting it repaired, me spending my time getting it repaired. We've done some upgrades that we didn't really plan on just because, well, it was either that or, you know, get it fixed.
Yeah.
But yeah. The maintenance has been a headache. Yeah. And my arm's getting sore. I'm going to have to rotate here in a second.
All right, let's rotate.
Okay, rotate.
Rotate.
Okay.
Rotate.
My left arm is not my dominant arm. And after holding the camera for a while, it's like, oh, maybe I should go to the gym more because thing hurts. Like getting my workout today. Okay.
Okay. We're done. We're done. That's 5 things we love, 5 things we hate. I think that's it. I mean, I don't know what else we could share.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
It's been fun. All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Almost died.
That did not work at all. Oh. I'll say the first sentence.
Okay.
Last thing. That was my first sentence.
That last thing, that's a statement. That's not a sentence.
Okay, fine. I'll do it again. Is it going to work?
I wouldn't be sad if it didn't. Are you recording in case I fall?
Yes. Blooper.
Bonus, one of the things I love about the van are the mods I did, like this tire rack. It's actually quite useful, as you can see. Makes getting up here super easy. And it's always attached and stows away nicely.